Parents and politicians in England are outraged at a pole dancing class that offers classes to young girls as young as 7 years old. Now, what's interesting about this story is the parents allow their young girls to go to these pole dancing classes, and then pictures are taken and the pictures are put up on Facebook with the parents' consent. Okay, so the parents of these girls are completely fine with it. The people who are outraged are parents who have absolutely nothing to do with the situation.
You know, I'm in an interesting situation here, because if you told me, hey, would you like your 7-year-old daughter to go take pole dancing classes? I would say no. And look, it's just a pole. It doesn't have to mean anything, but we do know the context. The context is that, you know, in our society, strippers use poles. Now, so do firemen, but we know this trend of this. In fact, we've covered it on the Young Turks for the last 9 years. I remember when they first started doing pole dancing parties in Beverly Hills, some of the celebrities' wives would have their friends over, and they're like, ah, isn't it funny that we're acting like strippers? And then they would demonstrate for their husbands, and they would love. So we know where this came from, right? So if you ask me, should my underage daughter go to that, I'd say hell no, right? But am I going to protest or demand things when other people's kids go to it? Hey, look, if you think it's a fireman's pole and, you know, and you want your kids to dance on it, or whatever pole you think it is, I guess have at it,
It's one of those situations where it's not your place. If people want to be bad parents, then let them be bad parents. Look, I think that if you have those pictures of your 7-year-old girl dancing on a pole and you post it up online, or you allow it to be posted online, that's a bad idea, okay? Because there are just too many perverts on the internet. There are too many perverts in the world, okay? You just don't want those pictures up there, right? But you're a parent and you get to make that judgment call. And I have absolutely no place in trying to decide what you do and what you do not do.
Yeah, you know, I wonder about that too, because I don't know that those pictures are, like, to an objective person, I don't know that they're necessarily sexual, right? Like, I get what you're saying. Again, if it's my kid, do I want pictures of her out there like that because of all the crazy? I wouldn't, right? But at the same time, I don't think it's necessarily, like, those guys are so crazy. If you have any pictures of kids online, period, whether they're next to a pole or not next to a pole, you know what I'm saying? So it's a tough, weird world, you know, that we live in. It's tough to regulate based on what that guy is going to do. You know, but, you know, look, it's everybody's call. We live in a free country or in a free society.
I think it's pretty straightforward. You know, if you take pictures of your kid in some nightie and put it on the internet, that's kiddie porn. I mean, maybe some people go, oh my God, what's this little girl doing in a little negligee? But some guys get off on it because they're weird and they're pedophiles. It's straightforward. That's child endangerment. This kid didn't choose to wrap her legs around a pole and swing around and stick her ass out. Whatever it is they're doing. But if it's actually pole dancing, it's pole dancing, and there's no two definitions for it. You know, oh, maybe your booty in the air doesn't mean what booty in the air means.
Right.
But
you're saying that firemen use poles, but they don't dance on poles. Right? As far as we know.
there's like you said, there's England and whatever, but like I'm sure there's rules against kiddie porn in England, and then there's child endangerment laws in England. This is child endangerment, man. You're putting them in a place where they didn't ask to be, and in a position where people who tend to abduct and kill them
now I think you're getting a little carried away. But look, my real question is the pole the equivalent of negligee? Okay, because if it is, and you put your kids in lingerie or something, I'm with Jayar. You shouldn't put that online, right? But I don't think the pole necessarily equals that.
I think it does, and it's really hard to picture it because we're not showing you guys pictures right now. But pole dancing is very sexual. I mean, obviously, right? And I think that's a benign picture. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right, and that's an adult.
Right, and that's an adult. But, like, I mean, I'm just thinking about a little kid dancing in the way a stripper would dance, and you don't want to put those pictures because it's sexually suggestive, just like a negligee is.
All right, Chief Justice, what do you think?
I think on Jayar is not as far, but I definitely wouldn't want it. I definitely wouldn't have my kid do it. I wouldn't want to be involved in any of that.
All right, we got to do a Supreme Court ruling here, okay? Are we banning it?
I'm not gonna ban it because, like I said, it's not my place.
Just putting up the pictures.
Putting up the pictures?
Online.
I'm not gonna ban it.
I'm not banning it. What do we have over there?
Good.
I'm banning it.
Totally.
Yeah. Wow! Supreme Court is split. We got to go to the jury. All right, you guys are gonna have to decide. Poll on Facebook. Should you ban underage girls' pictures from being put online if they're doing pole dancing? Go. You know the easiest way to support the show? subscribe to our YouTube channel. Totally free. Press the button, boom.
Yeah, you subscribe, and every time we upload a video, you get notified about it, so you're always in the loop.
You can see all of our videos whenever you want to. Fun for everybody.
Not only fun, it's the only way that we're able to be independent media.
And then you can say about our show.
I jump in it.
People who watch our show are very informed.
I don't know what else to say about it. There it is.